Obama urged to scrap parts of anti-ISIS playbook as Iraq and Syrian cities fall. Hello, YouTube. This is breaking news. It seems that the U.S. is sending 1,000 shoulder-fired rocket launchers to Iraqi forces. President Obama came under increasing pressure Thursday to overhaul his military strategy for combating the Islamic State in the wake of recent gains by the terror group in both Iraq and Syria, as the president and his top military officials suggested the Iraqis themselves are going to have to do more. The White House has said no formal strategy review is underway after ISIS fighters seized Ramadi over the weekend. Since then, ISIS fighters seized the ancient Syrian site of Palmyra as well. While U.S. engagement in Syria is far less robust than in Iraq, the developments in both countries show ISIS expanding its territory and power. White House Press Secretary Josh Earnest acknowledged Thursday that Ramadi and Palmyra both count as a setback. While he stressed the president won't support a large-scale military deployment, congressional critics still want to see a major change in strategy. To win this fight, the president is going to have to scrap his policies that aren't working, laying out a broad, overarching strategy to defeat these savage terrorists, House Speaker John Boehner said Thursday. Bonner suggested this could include more engagement with Islamic leaders to address radicalization, more engagement with U.S. allies in the region overall, a better anti-ISIS strategy on social media, and an end to artificial constraints on our commanders. He did not elaborate, but others have. Michael O'Hanlon, senior fellow at the Brookings Institute, wrote in USA Today that the U.S. needs to make adjustments, including by allowing more American boots on the ground in Iraq and the presence of some special forces in Syria. At the military level, we need to put Americans in more forward locations on the battlefield. They should be in position to call in airstrikes and perhaps even help Iraqis with some raids. A few thousand more GIs may be required to do so, beyond the 3,000 already now in Iraq, he wrote. Syria is worse than ever. He called for accelerating the train and equip program for Syrian opposition fighters, while also deploying limited numbers of special forces from the U.S. and its allies. The current U.S. strategy for Iraq consists of coalition airstrikes, assistance to local forces fighting ISIS on the ground, and outreach to the Iraqi government to prod them to be more inclusive. Syria is far more complicated than Iraq, as the Obama administration is not working alongside the central Assad government. They have dropped supplies and weapons in Iraq directly to ISIS. And people can say that's a mistake all day long, but we all know that it is not. There is no way that the United States government is making repeated mistakes like that unless it's intentional. So, why are they helping ISIS? Who is gaining? What is the long-term plan here? I'm going to leave a link for the article. You read it, you decide.